Hi, how's everyone? Thanks for coming back. Hello and welcome if you are new. Glad you found me. We're doing the What the Friday reading. So in the pre-shuffle, Justice came out. I'm gonna go with it. This is just a energy read for the weekend for the collective. Okay. We've got the Nine of Cups in reverse as a clarifier. The Wheel of Fortune. And one more. Thank you. Oh, the King of Pentacles. Nice sturdy lap to sit in, I heard. Love it. I'll keep those turned over till later. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So we have Justice here as the current energy. Okay, this is Libra energy bringing, it's really, Justice is kind of self-explanatory, right? There's some kind of balance being sought or contemplated, or in the energy somehow. In the current energies there is justice here. Now, not going to go into politics or the general situation in the world, so we can infer that that could have something to do with that also. But I'm going to keep this kind of on the lower vibration here. I'm not going to get into world politics, but we can glean little bits of inference sometimes in how the reading will go. Okay, so but I'm gonna go ahead and read this for people in the collective. Okay, Justice is here. Libra energy, Venus, in Venus when she's in Libra, because Venus in Taurus is a whole different love goddess, but Venus in Libra brings compassion to the scales of balance. Okay, the story of Aphrodite, who is the planet Venus, is that she was born after a huge war between the Titans and the Olympian gods of Greek mythology. So after the Titanomachy ended, she came up from the bottom of the ocean in the in the subconscious, in the emotions, in that deep connective realm of Pisces energy. In fact, they even think that like fish brought her to the surface on her shell, But when she came, she came as the goddess of peace after that war. So there may be energy here of peace after a conflict. And it's only going to be reached if there is impartiality, neutrality, and compassion, diplomacy, and communication. Okay, that's that Venus energy. She came as a peacemaker, Venus, in her birth after the war, and because she was born after the conflict, she had no stake in either side. So that made her the goddess of impartiality, and thus she's the one that determined justice. That's what Venus in her Libra energy means as justice. So there's something here that's going to come about after a conflict that's going to be broker some peace, but there has to be open and equal balanced communication. Everybody's got to get their shit out on the table about it, okay? The clarifiers are the Nine of Cups in the reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, and a wonderful King of Pentacles coming in. So now the Nine of Cups is just one step closer to the 10, right? But there's one thing missing, that final cup, which is your person. But in the upright, it would mean that you're ready. Everything's ready. Everything's set. You're healed. You're abundant. You're happy. You're optimistic, and you're looking forward to the idea of your love coming in. But in the reverse, it means that You're in a position of, my cups are here, I'm still lonely. There's something missing. The Nine of Cups in the reverse usually suggests, quote unquote, something's missing. Okay? Next to that, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. It's saying, honey, things always change. You're lonely now, but your heart's in a good position to receive. So with the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, it feels much like the World in the upright. Whereas the World in the upright means that there's a cycle closing and you're getting your reward. But the Wheel of Fortune feels like the cycle is coming around to you at the top. Okay, cream of the crop, you're at the top. Now it's time for you to reap some reward. Okay, but there is caution here, as in all things, that prepare for when the wheel drops again while you are abundant. So there's an opportunity here to be smart with resources, smart with decisions, and I also heard, because we have so many cups here, smart with your heart. Okay? It's the idea of, when you have abundance, set aside extra for when you don't. Okay? And then when you're at a low point, you have a reserve to pull from. And that can not only be monetarily, because we do have the King of Pentacles here, but it could be energetically, emotionally, psychologically. You're feeling good, hang on to some of that for when you're not. You're loving yourself good, hang on to some of that for when you're feeling down about yourself. You can pull from that loving energy to put back into yourself. You want to make sure that however the wheel turns you up and down, that you want to try to kind of level out. I'm not saying that you're going to try to grab the wheel and control how it spins, because you can't. That's divine energy. We can only control our reaction to the wheel. And they're saying that even with the ups and the downs, prepare for the downs. That's how you can control your part of the spinning. Okay. But in shorter than that, they did want me to say all that, but shorter than that, it's like somebody's feeling like something's missing, and the universe is reminding you that when you're down, you can come up, and when you're up, you can go down. So this loneliness, this feeling of, where is my love? I'll put that in the description. Song by Simo, Where's My Love? Um, while somebody is sitting here dwelling on what's missing, the universe is saying, but the wheel is spinning in your favor and bringing in a King of Pentacles. Hello, King. He is the last king before the Emperor proper. This man is coming in healed, hot, and heavy. Okay? He is a dependable man. Generous, sure in his abundance, sure in what he can create, confident in himself without being cocky. He takes joy in sharing. And if this isn't a person, this is an opportunity for a help in a crisis. Okay? I don't see a crisis. We haven't gotten to the bottom of the deck, though. I don't see what a crisis could be right now. The way I'm reading this is there is justice here for someone who is in an energy of lack in emotional abundance, somebody who's lamenting the idea that they are alone when their heart is ready. The Wheel of Fortune is reminding you that you may feel alone now, but when I spin back around in your favor, I'm coming in bringing daddy material here. So take heart, okay? And that is the karma that is meant to be dealt for this person, okay? Justice. Justice is blind to him. That's why she's impartial. So whatever is coming in is karma well earned, okay? Just be patient. So we'll check the bottoms of the decks. Here we go. We've got the Page of Swords in the reverse. We got a lot of reversals for some reason. Oh, did I mix them up? No? Okay, we got the Page of Swords in the reverse. Oh, what does this say? Oh. Oh, okay. Somebody feels stuck. I think we were dealing with Mars, opposing Chiron in Aries. Oh, see that Six of Wands in the reverse. And the Three of Wands in the reverse. Like I said, I got a lot of reversals here for some reason. There is a delay here. Somebody's being delayed because they're in. Is this the king? This might be the other person, because this is influences we don't see yet. So it's like underneath the Nine of Cups in the reverse, the influences we don't see is that Page of Wands in the reverse. So somebody is either delayed or they're lacking the energy, they're lacking the drive, they're lacking the will. They feel they can't move. They feel stagnated for some reason. Somebody feels stuck. On the Wheel of Fortune, the influence we got is the Six of Wands in the reverse. This is lack of recognition, but it's not like the recognition of the Three of Pentacles. This was a victory, but it's like nobody gave you your props, you know? It's like you're not really feeling that wheel because you feel that the wheel has turned you the wrong way. Like he's literally upside down here. This is a feeling of futility and defeat and failure. It's also a feeling of inequity of recognition, right? Resentment. Like I haven't seen my victory yet. You feel overlooked by the divine. Someone feels overlooked by the divine. You're gonna miss it. And they're saying that this good King of Pentacles in his upright energy is the hidden influence here is that Three of Wands in the reverse. The Three of Wands is embarking on something new. In the reverse, it's missing the boat. Okay? So try to make sure that you don't take the wheel too serious. Well, I mean, it's hard, but all I can say is that there's someone here in the energy of thinking that the wheel has mistreated them. Even though it's not in the reverse, it's in the upright. But the energy that's affecting that is this feeling of futility. And I get that yesterday, you go back and watch the Aries reading. We talked a lot about Aries, Mars in opposition to Chiron in its own sign. So, yeah, I think Mars was in Libra. So it's Libra, this justice energy. And it's talking about being kind to yourself because there's been a lot of soul work happening. And that soul work has been in preparation for that Nine of Cups to accept and be able to offer a deeper kind of love. So be kind to yourself because with Chiron and Aries, that's a real deficiency in that Six of Wands energy of vitality and pride and drive, and going towards your success. That's very Aries energy, but we've got Chiron, the wounded healer, stationed in right now. So maybe you're thinking, even though that wheel says it's bringing, your abundance, you feel neglected or overlooked by the divine. It may be blinding you to the coming of this King of Pentacles. In fact, because you don't feel victorious here. It's interesting because you don't feel ready for some reason. I don't want to go any further. but you don't feel ready. You feel ready, but like you're overlooked by the distribution of the love, I guess. They want me to say it like that. Hmm. And they're saying because you're not functioning in an energy of acceptance and even excitement, because you don't see the king coming. You're upside down in this victory energy. The wheel, it has like thrown you off almost. So you don't actually, you're not actually vibrating in the energy of seeing this king coming. And that in itself is what's delaying the whole process. Okay? So they're saying, um, when the wheel is up in your favor right now, but you don't feel like it is, so therefore you're going to miss out on the reaping of the abundance while the wheel is in your favor, so that when things are not in your favor you have some reserve to draw off of, and you're not going to be in that energy to receive that because you're still feeling a little bit hurt in your feels. Now, I'm not judging, and I get it. I get that. You know, it's okay. But they're saying don't dwell there. It's valid to feel your feelings and acknowledge where they're coming from, but actually do the hard inner Piscean subconscious work to actually release it so that you don't have to hang on to those things as an excuse for why it doesn't work out for you anymore. Okay? Oh, it didn't work out for me because the fate, quote unquote fate, was against me or whatever. No, you are not, you're not utilizing the idea of um, preparedness in order to take advantage of this time for the future. Sorry, that's so rambling. They have me, saying different messages because there's different people in the collective. So sometimes it's literally just me stringing sentences together and hoping whoever, resonates with that sentence, that's your message. We're going to go ahead and get an oracle message now from the Ancestor Oracle decks. I don't get a Six of Cups. I don't feel like this is anything from the past. This also, if it's not a king coming into your vibration and this is you and you resonate as a King of Pentacles, male or female, then it's saying that now you're not in the reverse. So your position is a good position. Even if you feel like the wheel has missed you, you will never miss. The divine never misses. So if something looks like it skipped you, it's for a reason, okay? But be in that upright King of Pentacles energy, because that is what's going to allow you to manage the abundance of the wheel, okay? Whew, that was a lot. Can we get one oracle message, please, here? For the collective, for the What the Friday reading. Timeless, even though I put dates on it. It's just for uploading reasons. Just to keep the continuity, but, it's a timeless reading. So whenever you find this, is when you're meant to. One card for the collective, please, for the What the Friday reading. Is that going to be it? Is that the one you want? Shield Maiden. Make plans and focus. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's like talking about the Wheel of Fortune, how it's saying, when I'm in your favor, make good decisions, because when I go back around, then you'll have a little bit to work with. Here we go. Shield Maiden. Okay. It says have a plan or a strategy in place before moving forward. And that is going to bring you the peace of mind that the King of Pentacles, wants to bring. It says, taking some time to assess what your next steps will be. All great warriors have a plan. You are a sensitive being, and if you're not prepared for the tasks you are taking on, you could end up feeling exposed and helpless. That's Six of Wands in the reverse. Feeling helpless on the wheel. The ancestor guidance for the ancestor guidance that is coming to you now is a reminder that you have a warrior's heart and that you have within you to be more prepared and focused than you have been recently. So, have the strategy in place and then let your guides support you as you move forward. Okay? I like that. We're going to get some theme cards, get some final little messages here, little tidbits, little advice, little music, please. All right. Let's see what this is all about. Fruition. That which you planted and tended to is ready to harvest or close to. Okay, so they're reminding me about the thing that has been coming through lately with the magician and the energy, saying that at some point you got to take your energy out of the equation because you've put forth all the work that the magician has intended to bring things to fruition. But if you keep lifting the cauldron lid, if you keep trying to check on the progress, it fucks with the process. And divine is saying, get your hands out of the recipe. We're trying to do this for you. And every time you interfere with that, every time you dwell on it, every time you go back in your mind to, maybe the affirmation that you wrote, or when you say your prayers for your whatever you want, you ask for something different. Okay, maybe it's not because it's not coming in the time frame. Wheel of Fortune is divine timing. Oh, it's not coming in the time frame that I wanted or that I needed, so maybe I should adjust it. And they're saying people are doing that way too much. Just have faith that what you have put forth is going to come to you, even if it's not in the timely manner that you had hoped. The wheel will turn as it's supposed to. But if you keep checking on it and keep changing it, and keep trying to bargain with the universe about how you want this manifested, they have to scrap it and start over. And that adds more time. And then you keep getting frustrated. And this is telling you, relax, relax. The wheel's got your back. You're feeling a little neglected, but that which you planted and tended to is ready to harvest, or nearly so. Okay? Sorry that got so wordy. Get a couple more, please, for the collective, for the What the Friday energy read. Timeless. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's 666 again, talking about fear. Yeah, eat a taco, man. Chill out. And I feel it. I feel them I feel people in the collective very agitated. Like, I don't have a lot of time for this. I need this to, I need this to work. You have to, that's that Mars energy. Okay. We've got Aquarius energy here with the star. In some cases, I heard by Aquarius season. Let me get the one that fell. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, we've got these really cute encouragement cards here. The sun in tropical is in Virgo right now. I think it's still in Leo in Sidereal. But this is, yeah, the ego, the self, the identity. Illumination, generous, warmth, and growth. It's creativity, it's pride, good and bad pride. It's ego, playfulness, and expression. I love that. Okay, that's what the universe is trying to bring in. Let's see. All right, I'll address it later. We've got Saturn. Let me think. Saturn is retrograde. Oh, where is it? I want to say it's in Pisces, conjunct with Neptune right now. That's that deep soul work. Saturn, okay, I love this because Saturn is the god of time and he deals karma. And Venus is the weigher of the karma. As Libra energy, as the goddess of justice, she weighs that karma in the scales. She doesn't deal it, she just tallies it and logs it, right? Saturn is the karma dealer. Okay? So this is Capricorn energy. See, guiding you to stay disciplined and stay on task. Okay? This is definitely Capricorn energy with that King of Pentacles right there. That rules Capricorn. You know, even though Saturn energy can be heavy, it's a very heavy energy. And it represents time, good and bad, right? But that's that Wheel of Fortune energy, timing. But it also says stay on task because you have a deadline. And the deadline is another illustration of the turning of that Wheel of Fortune. So when it gets around back to you, you want to be in a position to accept good karma. Okay, that's why Saturn is so harsh on us with our lessons. Because even though we feel that he is a tormentor or an adversary, he is actually our greatest cheerleader. And he wants the absolute tip top best reward for us so that we're not in this Six of Wands reverse energy. But in order to get the best reward, we have to really master the hardest lessons, okay? So even though he is very restrictive, Capricorn energy is also very dedicated, humorous, loyal, very generous, and a lighthearted. Well, they can be dour sometimes. I do have Capricorn rising and I am kind of cynical. They can be cynical, but they're very humorous, very observant, very open-minded, and they're hot. They're hot-blooded. You get an earth sign revved up and it's like a diesel engine, you know? We've also got Fairy Godmother here. This is the star energy. Aquarius energy. Blessings, healing, a wish, direction, renewal, and finding your way. Okay? I'm going to put that here by that Page of Wands because he seems a little bit lost. A little delayed and not quite knowing where to go. We also have the Whip here. This is conflict and fighting, arguing, discussion, scolding, aggression, punishment, abuse, and insults. You are being too hard on yourself. You are the one who's abusing yourself, you know? I know that's harsh, but somebody is blaming themselves way too much for the illusion that the wheel is not on their side. All right? 666, fear is an illusion. Remove fear, doubt, and negativity because those are the true demons. Those are the things that actually lead you off your path. Fear, doubt, and negativity. Okay? And that is illustrated by that devil energy. Again, Capricorn energy. The Taskmaster, the devil card, keeps us on task. It keeps us trying to learn from our karmic lessons so that the karma that we reap is good. If we don't learn from those lessons, then if we stay in toxicity, our reward is toxicity. Okay? In order to break out of the toxicity of devil energy, we have to release ourselves from our own bonds. So that when we finally release, the devil's like, fucking finally, now you get that good reward. Okay? We also had red-winged blackbird, and this has been coming out a lot lately, and I think it's just that the card is thick, so it just pops out. But this is a warning and divine protection. So the story of the red-winged blackbird is that there was a village that was being raided, and nobody had a heads up on it. But the red-winged blackbird saw it and sent up a call alarm. I don't know if anybody's heard the call of a red-winged blackbird. Um, and when they were alerted to it, they came and they were able to stop the robbers. So that's the warning call that the bird represents. Okay, so that's your wake up call. Oh, something's warning you. Now you got to perk up and pay attention. The other part of this is it's averting disaster and coming out better after in the end. Okay, because when the people got there, they realized that even though they stopped the thieving, the damage was already done. Everything was pulled out of the storage area and it was going bad. So they decided to just cook everything and have a big feast. Okay? So that promoted unity and communication. People came together for a time and was able to revel in some abundance. Okay, they still had enough to get them through, but they took what had been almost lost. Like that could have been a loss. They could have had to write that off as an L, what was pulled out and almost stolen. But they had enough in storage that they could use that, and they were like, just fuck it, cook it all, you know, cook it all. We have enough to last us. So there was a decision in order to not lose out on something that could be, you know, uh, what are they telling me? Running out of time, that deadline, time, yeah, Wheel of Fortune energy, that they use it. Use it before you lose it. Okay, and the red-winged blackbird is the wake up call. Use it before you lose it. So the two cute little um affirmations and encouragements, we've got be shiny. Okay, shine and eat a taco. These are both just kind of energies of it's okay to relax. All right? It's okay to relax a little bit. Take care of yourself, wash your hair, have a taco, watch some drag race, whatever. Kind of tune out to your manifestations for a little bit. Okay? Um, so that's what I have for the What the Friday reading for the collective. If you vibe with my content, please leave me a thumb up. Um, Leave a comment, like, or subscribe, and share. My information is in the description. I am available for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. Email, Venmo, and Cash App are down below. Tomorrow, I think I have anything scheduled for Saturday, but I'm sure I'll come back and throw something on here. Until I see you again in the next reading, thanks for sticking with me. Okay, thanks, bye.